and the JSE looking set to start weaker amid mixed global markets and continued stage 4 load shedding. The markets are still digesting some surprising central bank moves as global inflation prospects deteriorate. Now, to talk us through the latest market news and what is happening as far as the stock market is concerned is Makwe Masilela, the Chief Investment Officer at Makwe Fund Managers. Dr. Masilela, thank you very much for your time. The Rand flat yesterday, breaching the psychologically important 15 Rand against the dollar mark for the first time in 2 weeks. Is Eskom to blame here?
To some extent, it has to be blamed, and good morning to you and to the viewers. But also, what is happening, a stronger dollar, because people start to think that central banks around the world will start increasing interest rates much earlier than we expected. So yes, that as well helped the dollar to strengthen. And it was more of emerging market currencies that were so weak yesterday. But yes, Eskom as well continues to play a role in our instance when it comes to the rand. And bearing in mind that the rand itself is a commodity currency, also we've been having a day when commodity prices were down.
Yeah, let's talk company news. EOH releasing its financial results for the year, which ended 31 July 2021. How did they perform?
Not too bad, the guys have managed to turn at least an operating profit of 147 million from an operating loss of 1.3 billion, and all because the guys have been resizing, focusing more on strong earnings or the quality of the earnings, and as well, if you see their revenue down 30%, but 75% thereof is all because of the selling of the non-core assets, and also the fact that the guys have to do away with what they call the legacy contract. So yes, it's not too bad for them. And also, their headline loss per share, it just saw an improvement of 96%, because initially, or the previous year, it was 5.34 cents per share. Now it's only 22 cents per share. So it shows that at least they're getting somewhere.
Data Tech Limited is another company we're looking into, also releasing its interim results. How do they fare?
An international ICT company which continues to benefit from the likes of remote working, from the likes of increased usage of cloud, and also with this whole thing of secured networking trends. So the guys are benefiting out of all that. But their revenue could have increased much higher than the 15% that they've just recorded if it was not an issue of the shortages when it comes to semiconductors, which unfortunately had an impact on their sales. And we also saw their profits as headline earnings per share going up nicely by 294%.
Yeah, finally, Dr. Masilela, let's talk Heineken's talks to acquire Distell Group. They said to have prolonged this as the South African drinks maker's second largest investor is asking for a higher price. Talk us through those developments.
Let's be honest, PIC, they paid almost, when they increased their stake in Distell around 2017, they paid 170 Rand per share. I don't think there's anything wrong for them to ask 200 rands. It's only 30 rands, and this they're doing for the benefit of their members. And I think at some point, and again, we'll just have to consider that, because this offer still continues to look very well for them, because you buy a company going forward, and if you look at the prospects of Distell going forward, they should be able to do well, especially penetrating in Africa, and with their route to market strategy, they should do well. But yes, I think PIC, they've got a point to ask for a higher price.
Makwe Masilela, Chief Investment Officer at Makwe Fund Managers. Thank you very much for your time, sir, and indeed insights.